Hello, everybody. Hopefully everyone can see me and hear me. And I'm going to put up the comments here. And we will get going here in a minute. Sorry, Asia was trying to get into the garbage. My name's Tanya Deutscher, and I own a couple of companies. But the reason why we're here today is for the Choose Challenge and to talk about some mindset principles. Hi, Crystal. I'm going to bring Kylene on, and we're going to get started and dive right into gratitude as soon as I introduce her. So when you pop in, go ahead and say hi so I know you're here. If it comes up Facebook user, I'll let you know. And then you just need to go to streamyard.com/Facebook to give Facebook permission to show me your name. Hey, Kylene, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. This is the second time that Kylene and I have been on a broadcast today. We had OSG Live this morning, which is it's such a great way to start the day. It fills my cup so much. I just absolutely love it. Hi, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
So everyone, this is Kylene Montgomery. She owns Rise, Shine, Smile, and I do yoga with her, and highly recommend that you check her out. And you can get a free yoga session to try out gentle yoga, and I highly recommend it. I've been doing it with her for a couple of years, and absolutely, it's done so much good for me. And she's an excellent instructor. So,
well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna
if anyone's interested in it, you can. It's virtual, so it's over Zoom, and it's live. So I'll guide you through it, and you take it to whatever level you're at. So, as Tanya can say, we started at one point, and now look at where we're at. So it's pretty awesome. It's a great tool.
We actually started, I asked her if she would ever be willing to do chair yoga because of my mobility issues back then. And she did. And I have no regrets. And now I've graduated to the regular yoga class. And if there's ever anything I have a question with or about, we can modify things. And I just love it. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. For me, the times in my life when I've felt the best are the times when I've been practicing yoga, because it not only calms your mind, right? It strengthens your body and then creates all those positive emotions. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit.
Also, balance, flexibility. I noticed a huge change in all of those things. Even when I was unhealthy and immobile, I was making strides to be better, which is really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jay is on because I have a funny husband. Tanya's husband is cool. If a bunch of people are showing up as Facebook users, so if you want to go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and then you can give permission for me to be able to see your name. Hi, Becky.
Hey, Becky.
And then someone asked, "Hi, I'm new to this. What do I do?" Go to that website, and then you can just listen. If you have questions, put them in the chat. If you, Kylene might prompt you to do something, and then you can put that in the chat, and we'll just have a great conversation. So, Kylene and I do the Wellness Toolbox on OSG Live every Wednesday. OSG stands for Our Success Group. And the Wellness Toolbox is near and dear to both of our hearts. And I want her to speak about gratitude because she is so passionate about it. And that's where I get my passion for it from. It just is infectious. So I'm going to turn it over to her, and then we'll just have a conversation.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah, the OSG Live Wellness Toolbox definitely is a great way to start our Wednesday mornings. And we talk about all sorts of things on there, but we always start our show with gratitude. And the reason we do that is because when we're in a state of gratitude, when we're truly appreciating the things that we have around us, we're in a state of abundance. And therefore, we start attracting more good things to us. We start paying attention to all those amazing things around us. It becomes a habit. We're training our brain to look for the good instead of looking for the problems, looking for the things and focusing on the things we don't have. we're focusing on the things we do have. And when we do that, we get more of the good things, and it raises your vibration. We've all been in a room, when you walk in a room and you see that one person who's just kind of putting out this positive energy, and you're naturally drawn to them. Why not do that? Why not be that person to bring that positive energy to a room and lift everyone up? Gratitude it has a ripple effect. When you're in that state of gratitude and truly appreciating all that amazing stuff, you raise your vibration, you attract more good things, and then that next person is happier, and then they, that has a ripple effect on the next person, and so on. So, gratitude is truly a superpower. We can choose, to use Tanya's word, choose to appreciate what we have. We could also choose to focus on what we don't have, but guess what? That's going to create those negative emotions and not allow us to continue to create the life that we want, right? I doubt people want more negativity in their life. I'm just guessing. Or especially the people that you've attracted here into this group. We all want more feelings of positivity in our life. We have to train ourselves to really appreciate that. And that's what gratitude for me is, and why I'm so passionate about it, because it doesn't cost anything. It's something that has huge impacts on ourselves, on our health, on our relationships, on our overall happiness, on our performance and work and quality of our work, all of that. Overall, our quality of life is improved if we stay in that state of gratitude. So yeah, I kind of went out.
And we can do it intentionally. And there's that word again that comes up every week in OSG Live, is when you do things intentionally, it becomes a habit as well. And that's why on the Choose Challenge on the calendar, every day it says post 3 things that you were thankful for, grateful for. And I love watching, by the time we get done with our gratitude on OSG Live every week, Aaron is like just a Twitter, because he's the last one that goes, and he's just like, oh my gosh, and that one, yes, and that one. And so it really, you can see the ripple effect when we go through it, and it's just it's amazing. I try really hard, if I'm having a bad day, to be like, okay, what am I grateful for? And it doesn't have to be any like earth-shattering thing. It could be as simple as, I went outside for a walk and got some fresh air. Or I went outside for a walk with Asia and watched her happy little self just living her best life, like I did today. So
yeah, we've all ran into the people who are just feel a little bit down in their current situation, and that is normal. We're going to have our ups and we're going to have our downs, but using gratitude as our superpower can help us get out of that down place a little bit easier. It doesn't take the pain away, it doesn't take those things away, but guess what? It can start moving you in the direction and that you want to go. And it, like you said, it doesn't have to be huge things. Like, it can be, I have a glass of water right here. I'm thankful for my clean water. I'm thankful I have a chair to sit on. I'm thankful. We've talked about this before, but the rampage of appreciation, when you're just, things just aren't going well. We've all had those moments, and you feel frustrated and you feel those emotions start going inside of you that are the negative ones that aren't making you show up the way you want to. Just sit for a moment, take a deep breath, and just look around at all those things that you have, that you can see right now, to appreciate, and notice what happens. It's magical. It just takes you out of that negative state of mind.
I completely agree. I mean, sometimes it's, I have, I don't know where it's at right now, a couple pens that I really like, I just silly things like that. But sometimes it's enough just to get you out of that negative headspace and be like, okay, this isn't as bad as what I'm thinking of. And it's just really powerful. And for me, I've taken, gratitude and made some other changes in my life, like surrounding myself with positive, like-minded people. um, and things like that. And you kind of build on these habits, and it makes things seem easier
Yeah.
or not as dire sometimes. So
Yeah.
not that things aren't ever wrong, but um, it just makes it easier to handle.
Well, yeah, it empowers you.
Mm-hmm.
You are taking control instead of being reactive. You're being,
Yeah.
proactive. You are managing and how you choose to show up.
Mm-hmm.
We all have that choice of how we respond to life and events. And so if you choose to approach it with gratitude, like this
Huh.
is really hard and this is really challenging, I'm thankful I have this experience to learn from.
Yeah.
Right there, it's not like you're saying this is great. It's a hard thing, and acknowledging that is important. And then just appreciating that you're in the opportunity to learn from it.
Yes.
Um, it's empowering, I think.
And that's where a choose word can come in as well. Sorry, I didn't realize I had to scroll down for more comments. So hello everyone that's come in. We have some Facebook users again. So if you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, then I can see your name. And if not, that's fine too. Um, the choose word, I always say you choose what you need as often as you need it. So sometimes I would, in a stressful situation, will change my word, every 5 minutes if I need to. And I will choose things like choose gratitude, choose
Mm-hmm.
happy, choose joy, choose brave, choose hope, any of those things. And that has really helped me through some hard times as well. Um, my husband is in here. The anniversary of his heart attack is tomorrow. It'll be 4 years tomorrow.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
during that time that I started using choose. Just, I don't know, it just something I started doing and it stuck. And I've just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I want to share it with other people because it's helped me so much. And to be grateful for that, for his recovery, is amazing to say the least. And so I'm so very thankful for that. So
I'm very thankful he's doing so well. And
mhm,
I mean, so it's one of those situations, right? It's a very hard event. That was a hard
mhm,
event for you guys. And you guys both chose, I should say, to respond to it in a way that brought you guys to this place in a positive place. And that is something to be grateful for.
yes,
Because you could have chose the other and
to just fall apart.
yeah, which I'm sure you had your moments where it was tough,
Mhm,
but that's kind of the thing with gratitude, right? Is when you're in a choosing to have that attitude of gratitude, if you will,
mhm,
you have greater self-control.
yes,
And that's that empowerment. So when those things happen, because they're gonna happen, that's life. Um, you have that control to not go back to old habits maybe that didn't serve you.
mhm,
You have the choice to not react in a way that's not going to serve you moving forward. I don't know, you're just in that positive state of mind it's
mhm,
truly, sometimes it's not a natural feeling for people. It's
mhm.
something you need to learn, and that's okay too.
Well, and it makes it easier, so we're at the beginning of the year and people go, they have the resolutions or their goals. I'm choosing goals this year, not resolutions. And in order to keep going with them, I think that you need to have some of these mindset tools. You need to be grateful for what your body can do for you. You
Mhm.
need to be grateful that you want to stick with it and make better choices. I was telling Kylene before here, I'm doing the MOBA challenge, and one of the things is no cheat meals. You can eat out, but you need to make healthy choices. So I was thinking tonight, I didn't go home. Like, what could I have? So I went across the street to our local pizza place. They have other things, and I ordered a chicken Caesar salad, and I ordered the dressing on the side because I don't use very much of it, and it was perfect. And Asia got the croutons,
Yeah.
so everyone was happy.
Yeah, but you made the choice
Mhm.
to stay committed to being
Yes.
accountable to your challenge, which I have a lot of respect for. You do show a lot of dedication, and I love that about you.
I am trying so hard right now. I'm starting to track everything again, and I'm noticing some patterns that developed over being sick. So I'm like, okay, that's got to change, and it's very enlightening to watch that.
Oh, I'm
Michelle's
sure.
tuning in, and she says being
Yeah.
positive and a growth mindset has improved my life. I
Yeah.
totally agree.
I mean, if you just think about that, like this is just something with our thoughts. It's not like it's this, I don't know, it's not a magic bullet. It's just
Right.
our thoughts.
Yep.
And it can have such positive effects in our life. I think it's worth talking about. When I first started talking about gratitude, I was kind of like, well, this is obvious. Everyone knows gratitude is is important, and everyone knows that have an attitude of gratitude. And I was like, why do I need to talk about it? But it comes back to just being intentional with it,
Hmm.
um, and bringing it as a daily habit in your life.
Well, I know for me, it was never really talked about, how your thoughts and feelings can affect. And I come from a family that has mental health issues in it. And I'm not
Mhm.
ashamed of that. Mental illness happens, and I believe that you do what you need to do to get it fixed. But it wasn't really talked about. And until I was older. And so talking about those things has really changed how I look at the world for,
Mhm.
for through the better,
Yeah.
because through the mental illness things, varying degrees, um, people were really negative or spiteful, hateful sometimes. And I never, like growing up, I'm like, what? Why is this going on? But now looking back, I can like see the patterns and that they weren't educated either. So, and that's probably one of the reasons why you and I get along so well. And I enjoy doing OSG Live and my stuff on TikTok and everything because I can talk about that and encourage others to maybe get some knowledge or get some therapy
Yeah.
or what have you.
Yeah. I mean, you think about like growing up, that's your world. That's what you know. You don't know any different. You might, as you get older and you have friends, you might see different ways of life or meet more people, just become more aware of the differences.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so that experience made you who you were and
Mm-hmm.
who you are. And that's awesome and amazing. And now you're just enhancing and
Mm-hmm.
appreciating even more the tools that you have and the choices that you've made.
Yes.
And that should be celebrated. And
Mm-hmm.
I think what you're trying to do is, and same here, we're trying to share these things so people know that you can have gratitude in your life. It's available to you.
Mm-hmm.
You truly, when you are in that state of gratitude, you're in a state of abundance, and you are going to attract more good to you. That's how it works.
Joyce says, my first year out of surgery, I journaled gratitude and affirmations every day. Last year, my second year out, I noticed my mental health was bad. I've started doing gratitude affirmations, who I am in Christ scriptures. I love that.
Good for
And I
you.
think that sometimes it could be like the first thing to go. You just kind of become complacent. And I've been there too. And then every once in a while, my husband will be like, you need to do that choose thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And so then I will like list what I'm grateful for. So everyone in the chat, if you want to put something that you're grateful for in the chat, today I'm really grateful that I am back to movement. I took several months off because I had COVID and sinus infection, ear infection, and then influenza A. And my doctor was like, you're you need to heal. And it was hard to take that time off. And now I'm grateful that I'm back to having those moments. What are you
Stronger,
grateful for
stronger than
today?
ever, too. Um, Today, I am really grateful for our family dinner. We just had we sat down and we had a good, healthier dinner. And I,
Yay.
I was kind of sick last week, so my appetite is back, I was telling you. And I was craving good food. And so I'm just really grateful that, we had time to do that as a family. For me, staying connected like that is really important.
Yes.
Um, the day-to-day things, as you know, you have to be intentional with how you spend your time, or the day just takes over. So if you take control, and that's what we did. So I'm grateful for that today.
Michelle is grateful for meds prescribed to hopefully get rid of her cough. I feel you, and I hope it goes away soon. Mine's
Yeah,
mainly in my nose now.
hope you feel better. Um, yeah, so um, just our overall, I'm grateful for Asia Grace.
She's wanting to go home, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. Um, I love that people are sharing their gratitude. That's awesome.
I'm not sure who this is, but besides my children, I'm grateful for patience today. I
Oh,
love
that's a good
that.
one. Yeah.
And Becky, I'm grateful for my best friends that live in my computer, like my like-minded people. I love you, Becky.
That's awesome. Yeah, we always have things to be grateful for. And when like you were saying, surrounding yourself with other like-minded people, it's really easy to stay in that attitude of gratitude.
Mhm.
Um, and, like your husband calling you out, that choose thing, right? You've put it out there enough where someone can see the change in your mood,
Yeah.
and they can share your tools with you to kind of keep you accountable and keep you on track. I think
Because
that's,
there are times that you're tired, you're cranky, and you don't take the time. You just kind of want to live in your poutiness. I know that's how I get sometimes. And sometimes it's okay to be like, okay, yep, I need to get over myself and get back to being the person that I am. Had my pity party or my little temper tantrum, so let's go.
yeah. I mean, we're emotional beings. We have emotions. We all have our triggers. We all have stress. We all have overwhelm. Whatever you want, it's just how you handle it
Yeah.
and moving forward. So.
So
You wanted to talk about affirmations a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, we're grateful. Sorry, I'll wait.
I'm going to read this one first and then we'll go on to the affirmations. Joyce says, I'm grateful for the bariatric community on TikTok. The community is really helping me stay motivated. I'm so happy to hear that.
That's
And
awesome.
that's another great point. Um, find your tribe. Whether it's in business. For us, we came together through business and the OSG community and things like that. But if you're passionate about something or whatever, get involved, find a community. There's so much available on TikTok. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, TikTok, it's a horrible place. But you can actually like train your algorithm to be like what you want it to be. And I have found so many wonderful friends and some I've met in person through TikTok in the bariatric community that it's absolutely incredible. And there's so many different genres. Some people um there's like book clubs on there and whatever. Yeah, there's weird bad stuff on there too, but
Yeah.
it's just like life. There's weird bad stuff in our if you walk down the street. So
Yeah.
it's all in how you look at it. So
Yeah.
anyway, now we'll go on to affirmations. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, I think it was great that you highlighted it. Yeah, your community of people can be sometimes where you least expect it.
Yep.
But you know it when you find your people, and
Mhm.
our success group community is. I feel very fortunate to be a part of that. Our Masters of Success group and
Yes,
um, the yogis and all of it. We've made intentional choices to have these people in our life and to keep them there. And so that means a lot.
absolutely. Do you want me to put the slide up?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
there we go.
All right. So So I think we all know, what affirmations are, but it really is a real powerful way for us to attract what we want in our life to us.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, we're changing our neural pathways in our brain. We're training it to already think we've achieved or have what it is that we're desiring. And so crafting your affirmation in a powerful way can have even more wonderful effects and attract it, that goodness to you even faster. So affirmations is just a real powerful tool that, you essentially you're telling your brain it's already happened. So then when things show up for you that could help you get there faster or
Mm-hmm.
get there in general to your goal, um, when you push against that comfort zone, it feels a little bit more comfortable, right? And so you're more willing to take that step, that action you need to accomplish that goal.
Yeah,
Um,
and Kylene and I covered this in probably one of our very beginning OSG
yeah.
lives.
Mhm.
And I used to make the process of an affirmation like so big in my head that it was
Mhm.
overwhelming to me. And really, it's not that hard. So we're just going to kind of go through the the screen here, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. But you want to start with the words "I am."
Yeah.
There are some that maybe you wouldn't. I know this is kind of the MOBA mantra for this week is I conquer anything I set my mind to. So basically, you're starting with an I statement.
Yeah, because I am are probably the two most powerful words in our language.
Mm-hmm.
It essentially commands your subconscious to pay attention because it's telling you that you're doing something. So I am is a real powerful way to start your
Mm-hmm.
affirmations. Now, I just want to say that we're just highlighting like a real effective way to create one. But if
Yeah.
you have something that's working for you or it may look a little different, take take these recommendations if you will, but if something's working for you, maybe you want to tweak it a little bit, but if it's
Mm-hmm.
working, run with it. But these are some things that we learned from my one of my mentors, and they're just real powerful ways to make them work for you.
Yeah.
um,
Use the present tense because you don't want to live in the past.
yeah. Yeah, you want to, act as if it's already accomplished. Like I am driving this new self-driving car, if you will, That way your brain is knowing that it's possible for you. It's
Mm-hmm.
not impossible. And then you release some of those limiting beliefs you might have around achieving one of those goals that you desire.
Yep. State it in the positive. Affirm what you want, not what you don't want.
Yeah, that got me stuck when I started writing affirmations a little bit. The example that we have is, the wrong way would be I am no longer afraid of flying. Well, what do you hear? I am afraid of flying.
Yeah.
The right way you could say I am enjoying the thrill of flying.
Mm-hmm.
It takes that negative statement out and makes it just positive.
Yeah. Words are so powerful.
Mhm.
Becky will attest to the fact that if she's talked negatively about herself, and she's called me out on it too, I will be like, don't talk about my friend like that.
I
And
love it.
because words are very powerful.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and we can really train ourselves to use it in a positive way to get more joy out of life. I mean, we're all about enjoying the journey and using our affirmations to help us stay in that place that we're desiring to get to. It's powerful.
Mhm.
Um, The other thing is you want to keep it brief, right? You don't want it so long where all of a sudden you're at the end of your sentence and you don't
You're like,
really remember what it's about. So definitely keeping it brief and specific, as specific
mhm.
as you can be, that specific also meaning clear
Yes.
with what you're desiring.
Include an action word ending in ing.
Yeah. So it evokes the image of actually doing it. That's the power with that one.
Mhm.
Um, and then include that dynamic emotion or feeling. That is going to help create that feeling inside of you, and our body remembers how it feels sometimes. So
Mhm.
when you put words with feelings and emotions, it all kind of comes together, right? And when you
Yep.
visualize these things happening for you, it's really important.
And then make affirmations for yourself, not for others.
Yes. So that one, I think of my son. I am so grateful that Lewis is able to keep his playroom clean. Well, Lewis has to keep his playroom clean. I can't do that. I can try to influence it, but it's not about me. I don't have that control. So I'm so grateful and thankful that I'm communicating effectively
Mhm.
to Lewis about the keeping his room clean or something,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And then
then,
add
yeah,
or
go.
something better so that, more is possible. You could be
Mhm.
have an abundance mindset and all of those things.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite parts because we know what we know, we can visualize, but guess what? What if something even greater is waiting for
Mhm.
us? And truly, something better could happen. And why not be open to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people that are watching right now use affirmations in their daily lives? Just curious. I know it's something that's become very much part of my daily life. And then I'm
Mhm.
gonna get rid of this slide. Another thing that Kylene and I do with some friends is, and I'm throwing this out. I didn't tell her I was going to do this, but EFT tapping. And I just want to throw that out because I got into my tapping app. It was acting goofy like yours was, but now it's working again. So I don't know. But they have some affirmations. But EFT tapping, do you want to like just briefly talk about what it is?
Yeah. It's EFT or tapping, however you want to call it, but EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. So essentially, what you're doing is you are tapping on the energy points in your body. And
Mhm.
those energy points are acupressure points. Most people might know them as, but essentially, it's the fastest pathway to your brain. So you're going to state the negative, and then you replace it with a positive. So essentially, you're reprogramming your brain um, to look for the good or to affirm or to visualize that um, positive can come from it. And we've used it with my son. I know Becky's used it with her daughter.
Yep.
It doesn't have to just be with adults. It can be for kids too. Like Lewis has used it before volleyball games, and visualizing, when he gets nervous up to serve, and replacing it with that confidence. It's tapping has been a very powerful thing, and I'm really
Mhm.
grateful that we have that accountability when we meet together to do it, because
Mhm.
it is a really powerful tool. You could be doing it right now and we don't know. If you tap
Yep.
on your karate chop point, if you do that for so long, it does have that calming effect in your body and reduces that stress.
And it does work because I've been in stressful situations and I'll just be like this. If I don't do any of the other points, that I just
Yeah.
kind of become calmer. My husband calls it my hoodoo voodoo
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it
I
was kind of
mean,
a strange concept at first.
mhm,
But it's something that I very much enjoy now, and I use it as my self care.
mhm,
It's pretty amazing. If anyone's interested in it, send either of us a message. The app we use is called the Tapping Solution, and
mhm.
there's also all kinds of YouTube videos and things like that out there that explain it more too. And there's actually a documentary that was very interesting as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's very transformational
Hmm.
for people. I just I again, it's like gratitude. It's like sharing yoga.
Uh-huh.
Tapping is another tool. It's not. Um, I don't know. You can do it anywhere. Just
Mm-hmm.
like yoga, you can practice it anywhere. And so it's more likely that you're going to use that in your life because it's available to you when you need it.
Kylene, thank you so much for taking your evening and spending it with us. I appreciate it so much. I think it's just all very important things, and they're great tools to get the year started off right. And so hopefully we can build habits. I know that that's the concept of this challenge, as well as the MOBA challenge, is to build habits that are going to set us up for a positive year. And I just think that that's really powerful, to not have a resolution that's going to drop off in a week or two, but to build those lifelong changes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Michelle says, I have been doing affirmations now with the challenge and a new guided journal for this year. Also, on occasion, listen to a podcast called Level Up. Oh, she explains about the affirmation and then as has a recording to say them after her. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, having that guide can be really, really powerful um, to allow you to actually do them, right?
Another, anything visual for me is very helpful. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to throw this out there. On Saturday, I'm having a vision board class, and there's no charge for it. You can come, and I'm going to just talk about it in a little bit. I make a vision board tumbler. I haven't for a couple of years, but I'm making a new one this year because I have completely different goals than I have in the past. And sometimes for me, it's like my choose board. I have
Mm-hmm.
to have the visuals. I make myself shirts all the time as reminders. And so if you're like that too, I have some tools in my choose store, so those are available as well. So
Yeah, you have some pretty neat things, and I really like the shirt that you're wearing today. I think it's
thanks. It was
awesome.
a really good reminder for me because I was feeling, since I missed a couple of months of working out, I was comparing myself to others, which is horrible. And it just reminded me, I'm like, nope, I am my only competition
Yeah.
is me.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you are your own competition, and remembering that comparison is what did they say? Comparison's the thief of joy. Um, and so remembering that you can only control yourself and how you respond and how you move forward is really important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No
It's
worries. I know.
the time of night that it all hits.
Your body's like, okay, I am tired. It's
Yep,
ready.
time to go to bed.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed
Yes.
this. And if anyone has questions, please reach out if you want to join me for yoga. I'd love to have you try a class. There's no judgment, I promise.
No, not at all.
Or check us out over at OSG Live too, and for our wellness toolbox and all the other good stuff that's shared on OSG Live. Yeah.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will talk to you soon.
All right. Bye. Good night.